Hey, let's get to our guest, Eric Greitens, joining us now on the phone. Eric's only got about 10 minutes. We appreciate you putting us at the head of the list and getting us in today so we could talk to you. Eric, I know you pretty well. I've done several stories with you over the years. You also did an exclusive interview the other night with my colleague Chris Hayes on fox2now.com if people wanted to see that as well. We appreciate you taking time to listen or to join us on The Edge this morning. Eric, right out of the gate, just so people can hear and our listeners can understand, because you're addressing all of these issues. It seems like you've got nothing to hide, and you say you don't. You know, when you left and resigned as Missouri governor, there was scandal. There was no surprise to that. Now you come back. How can people trust Eric Greitens now, considering that you resigned in the midst of scandal before? Why is it that Eric Greitens wants this job?
Well, look, Vic, I want this job to continue to fight for the people of Missouri. And I'll just say I've been so encouraged, and thank you to all of your listeners for the tremendous support that we've had from folks about getting into this race. And I'm in it to continue serving the people of Missouri. I think, as you know, Vic, as Chris talked about, and so many folks have, now the truth has come to light. Everybody recognizes that as governor, we took on Antifa, we took on the left, side by side with our police officers. And what happened was that the left came after us. I mean, Kim Gardner's a George Soros-funded prosecutor. And as all of your viewers now know, her lead investigator has now been charged with 7 felonies for perjury and evidence tampering for creating a false case against me. As your listeners know, we've been completely exonerated. There was a full investigation by the Missouri Ethics Commission over 20 months. And at the end of all of that, they said they found no evidence of any wrongdoing by Eric Greitens. And also, as your viewers know, there was a journalist who admitted to paying $120,000 in cash to people who lied about me. And look, we recognize that the left came after me, the swamp came after me because I was fighting for the people of Missouri, and I'm going to continue to fight for the people of Missouri. I did it as a Navy SEAL, did it when I came back home after my team was hit by a suicide truck bomb, and we helped our fellow veterans with traumatic brain injury and PTSD, and I fought for them every single day as governor. I think right now the people of Missouri need a fighter, somebody who's willing to stand up for President Trump's America First policies and who's willing to protect the people of Missouri from these radical leftist policies, being from Joe Biden and Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. So I'm really fired up, Vic. We got a great team, fantastic grassroots crew all over the state of Missouri, and we're gonna win this race and continue to serve the people of Missouri.
Amen, man. And let me tell you something. When you won the governorship, I think I'm the biggest fanboy in the room. I was so happy about that. You were absolutely one of the first cancel culture governors I've ever known. And when you said you were going to step down, I was devastated. I was like, man, screw that. Why is he doing this? Why are they putting politics with personal animosity? And my question to you is, how are you going to fight against this? This is basically the cancel culture in the Democratic Party. They're winning against everybody, not just you. How do you fight against that? Because there's so many policies that we got to talk about for the Senate taking over the Senate seat. How do you fight against this cancel culture? Who's going to be coming out after you with all, the forks and flames coming after you?
Yes, look, they are going to bring the flaming arrows of all of their lies. It's going to come from the left. It's going to come from the swamp. But what I know is that I'm going to stand up, fight. I know as a boxer, you can lose a round, but you can still win the fight. You can get hit hard, but you got to come back. I know as a Navy SEAL, you can lose a battle, but you can fight back. You can win the war. And the thing that gives me so much hope and so much courage and so much optimism and so much excitement about this race, it's not just me. It's people across the state of Missouri who recognize that for our state, for our country, this is a time of crisis and people need to step forward and join the team. And I'm so excited. We have so many people who are signing up. If folks want to, they can go out to ericgreitens.com, EricGreitens.com. We will win this fight together, and we can. We can revive our republic, we can protect our state, and we can move forward together.
Eric, I just want to tell you from your female base, it's no one's business what you do in your personal life. It's not Roy Blunt's business. It's not Scott Fawn's business. And it's not the business of Missourians in general. What you do in your private life is your own business. What matters to me is how you affect policy. You are an amazing governor, And I know you would be an amazing senator. I have no doubt in my mind. But we also have Eric Schmidt, who is a really good guy, a good attorney general. So when it comes between the two of you, what can you tell us that rises you above?
Well, look, it takes courage. You need to have courage to make the hard decision, to stand up, not when things are easy, but when they're hard. That's what matters. The reason why the left came after me is because when Antifa came to St. Louis, Missouri, we stood side by side with our police officers and we defeated Antifa. When I was governor, we took the hard decisions. We killed a politician's pay raise. We ended a corrupt tax credit program. We slammed shut the revolving door between the executive branch and lobbyists. Those are hard things to do. They bring a lot of pressure, but we stood firm. And what I recognize is that we need leaders who are willing to stand up. We don't need folks who just have an R behind their name, who are going to go somewhere and do the steak dinners and hang out with the insiders and the lobbyists. We need somebody who's going to carry the people of Missouri in their heart and who's going to make every single decision to fight when it's hard, to fight for the people of Missouri, because our country is at stake. And this is a time when we need to have fighters with courage who are willing to do the hard thing. And that's what I'm willing to do.
Eric, let me ask you a question. After all the scandal that you had that went on in St. Louis County with Garner and the whole thing with the governor thing, why should people trust you?
I think people know me. People know me. I am an imperfect man. I need grace and forgiveness and compassion just like everyone, but they've also seen my life. They've seen my life of service, and they know that I serve them. I fight for them at every turn. Did it as a Navy SEAL. Did it when we worked together with veterans at the Mission Continues around the state and around the country. They saw what I did for them every single day as governor. And I'm honored to have the support of people across the state of Missouri for this really important fight.
So here's the deal. Roy Blunt's leaving. He has been one of the typical senators we've known. He's kind of been invisible to the rest of the world. You never see him out there. You don't see him fighting. I'm sure he's doing great things. We have this other guy named Josh Hawley who is all over the place, and he's kind of leading the charge against this cancel culture, this leftist kind of ideology. I'm assuming you will be like that as well. What will you do? Will you be accessible? Will you be transparent? Will you be, hell, you can say from experience that you have been nailed against this cancel culture. How will you be different from Roy Blunt?
Well, I so appreciate you guys. Look, the country's at stake, and this is a time when we need people to stand up and to fight. And people have seen every single day when I had the honor of serving them as governor, we fought for the people of Missouri. And that's why the left came after us. That's why the establishment came after us. I'm going to stand up every single day, fight for the people of Missouri, carry them in my heart as we go forward. And that's why I have so much optimism and so much excitement about this race. We're going to get this done for the people of Missouri.
Eric, we appreciate that. Hey, do you care if you get an endorsement from Josh Hawley? He hasn't endorsed anybody yet.
You know, the most important endorsement for me is from the people of Missouri.
I knew you were going to say that.
On election day, that's what matters, folks. It's what the voters say, and that's why folks love us.
All right. Well, Rudy Giuliani came out.
That's true.
And back there.
Sure.
Eric, thanks for your time. We had a hard out at 8:40. Thanks again for your time. We'll catch back up with you. And as we say to everybody, we wish you the best.
Good luck, man.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Look forward to being on with you again.